Hey, hi, welcome to my channel DevOps Mela. So in this video tutorial I'll be taking you through Django. So this would be a complete Django tutorial wherein I'll be explaining each and every aspect, part, how Django works and what exactly Django is, and at the end we would be building a web application using Django. So let me give you a quick glimpse like what exactly Django is. So Django is nothing but a web framework. It's written in Python. Django is very well known framework nowadays. So most of the web developers they prefer Django. So why Django is so preferred right now? This is because Django is loosely coupled. What exactly loosely coupled is? So each module of Django is divided, like the URL is divided, the model is divided, the view is divided. Like if you want to make changes to URL, you can go directly make changes to URL itself. You don't have to worry about the business logic, the views. So it's not interrelated. Each modules are loosely coupled, so you can easily go and just concentrate on that module. And Django can also be used for plug and play, like you build a module separately in a different environment and you can come and you can plug it with your web application. So because of this reason, Django codes are easily maintainable, the codes are cleaner, and there are so many Python libraries which can help you to build Django easily. So there are few lines of code and your web application would be ready. So before we proceed, I would be using Windows 10 for my Django development. If you guys have Linux, that is well and good. I'm using Windows 10 because my recording works well with Windows machine. So let me show you how to install Python. The only prerequisites over here would be we need Python on our machine to run Django. Okay, the installation is pretty easy. Let me walk you through. And the only prerequisite to learn Django would be you should have a bit understanding of coding language, especially Python, because most of the libraries in Django are Python based. So if you have a knowledge of Python, that will be very much handy for this complete video tutorial. So let's proceed and let's start with the installation. So as I said, we'll install Python. So let's go on python.org, download Windows. So this is the Python official website. If you click on Python downloads, click on this this is the latest version, Python 3.8.5. so I would be using the latest. If the version changed, that doesn't matter. So we would need Python 3 and above. Anything would work. So I'll just click. So it's a exe file which will start downloading. I already have it. I'll cancel the download. Let's go in my downloads and see. Okay, here we go. So this is the version 3.8.5. I'll do a customize installation. Okay, we'll keep the documentation. We'll keep the pip. Pip is again a Python package manager. So we'll need pip because coming forward we'll be installing all our Django applications, everything related with the web framework using pip. I'll talk about pip. Python test suite is okay. IDLE, that is totally fine. That's a development environment what we have. Okay, let's click next. Installed for all users, that is mandatory. Adding Python variables to the environment variables. So we want the Python environment variables to be added. We want Python to be added to the environment variables. I don't want a shortcut. I don't want even associated files. I need pre-compiled standard libraries. That is very much needed. If you want to create a shortcut, we can do that. Let me change the path. I don't want my Python libraries to store there. I'll keep it in C program I'll remove this. I'll keep it as Python 38. This is totally optional. This is what I use. If you guys want a different option, or if you want to store Python libraries at a different location, totally your call. Okay, let's install. I prefer using Linux for any web development, but due to this video tutorial I'm using Windows. If you guys have Ubuntu machine or CentOS or Red Hat, that is well and good. At the end, we would be just using Windows PowerShell to run all our bash command, all our commands. So it's not, the underlying operating system doesn't matter, because we would be using all Django commands, and I would be using Atom for my coding part. So if you guys like Atom, please install. That's very much flexible IDE, I would say. So I would be using Atom for my future lectures. Okay, so the installation is in progress right now. Let's wait. I think hardly it will take some more 20 to 30 seconds and the installation would be done. Let's wait. Okay, so setup was successful. Let's cancel this, close this. Okay, here we go. Python has been installed. Let's quickly go and check if Python is installed or not. Let's open the command prompt in Windows. Let's zoom it a bit so that it's visible to you guys. Okay, let's check Python. Okay, so here we go. We have Python 3.8.5. The second most important thing I would be setting up a virtual environment. So whenever you're doing a build or if you're coding, so it's very much required that you have a virtual environment. You're doing things inside your virtual environment. That is recommended. So if you don't want to do it, and if you want to do it directly on your local, that is even fine. But doing things virtually would be beneficial, so that your web application is running inside that particular environment itself. Okay, it would be helpful for in future, like if you want to left and shift, you can do it. Okay, so we would be using pep, as we got pep installed too with Python. So we'll use pep to install virtual environment. This command is simple: pep install virtual env. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so already satisfied. We have a virtual environment installed. Okay, let's set up a virtual environment. Before that, let me create a directory. Let me do it in documents folder. Let me create a directory named as test. I'm creating a virtual environment inside this test folder. Let's go inside test and let's set up a virtual environment now. So command for it, we have already installed virtual environment. Let's check it. Virtual env. I named my virtual environment as env itself. You can name it, you can give any naming convention, whatever you want. So I'm naming it virtual env. That's a command, virtual env space env. Okay, so here we go, created virtual environment inside test env. Now if you do a dir, virtual environment is created. Inside the test folder we have one more folder now, that's environment folder. Okay, so let's activate a virtual environment now. So command 2, let's go into this part, environment, Scritps, this environment, Scritps, activate. So activate.bat will activate your virtual environment. So here we go. So your virtual environment is all activated. If you have a look at the left hand side top, you have env. That's your virtual environment. And in case if you want to deactivate, the first thing is deactivate. It's the same folder, environment, under environment, scripts, activate and deactivate. To deactivate this, your virtual environment is deactivated. Okay, let's quickly go and activate this. Okay, now if you want to install Django, so we'll be using the updated Django version inside it. So the latest Django version is something like 3.1, I believe. Latest Django version. Let me have a quick look. It's 3.1.1. Okay, 3.1.1. So we'll install Django inside our environment now. Okay, so I'll be using pip install. If I just give Django, it will automatically get me the updated and the latest version. And if you want to specify some specific version, you can just do it by giving double equal to sign. Okay, so but I'll get the latest version itself. So I'm doing all the changes, like whatever installation and everything I'm doing right now, I'm doing inside my environment. This uh, file or packages or modules, whatever I'm installing inside, not files, like whatever packages I'm installing inside my environment, it won't be available outside this environment. Okay, so my Django installation is in progress right now. Let's wait till the time the installation is completed. Okay, here we go. It's been installed. Let's do a pip list. This is the way of checking what all packages or module has been installed. So if you look, we got Django installed. Okay, let's quickly run Django and see if it's working or not. Okay, so we can quickly start a demo project and if we can see if Django is working or not. So let's do it. Django, the command to start a Django project would be Django-admin start project. Let's name it as trial project. Okay, trial. So this command does nothing. You won't get any output, but in the backend, if you see, there's a trial folder created. If you go inside it, there would be several other things created. Okay, let's check that. So very important, manage.py. So I'll talk about what is manage.py in my upcoming lectures, because it is because inside this project there are multiple other files is created, and what are those files used for, and what exactly a manage.py is, everything. So that would be part of my future lecture. So for now, manage.py is a command which helps you to manage Django web framework. Okay, so in order to run a Django server, you have to just use this command. Okay, it is Python manage.py run server. So typically this way we run a Django server. So my server is up and running and it's hosted on localhost and the port is 8000. Okay, let's quickly check if my page is up or not. 127 8000. Here we go. So my Django is up and running and it's been installed. Okay, let's cancel this. Let's do a clear screen and here we go. So guys, yes, we have successfully hosted a Django application. We created a demo how to run a Django server. We hosted on a local host and the port was 8000. Okay,